Hello everyone, my name is Miss Casey and I'm here with FeeBook Kids Art Academy. Welcome back and thank you for joining in on this video. Today I have a very exciting exercise to go over with you guys. We are going to be inspired by a famous sculpture known as Lion Man. Now, many of you may not have heard of this, and that's okay. Some of you may have, and that's awesome. So we're going to just learn a little bit more about Lion Man and why we're inspired by him to make, as you can see here, a hybrid creature. Now, a hybrid creature is just when you combine two different creatures together, or two different, species, an animal and a human, two animals, and you combine them together to create a whole new creature. So as you can see here, I have a bear shark. Okay, we're going to talk about Lion Man, and then maybe today you're going to create your own hybrid creature. So it'll be a lot of fun. Keep watching, and we're going to go over some very fun facts about Lion Man. So let me move my video so you can see more of my desk, and let me share some awesome photos of our sculpture, Lion Man. All right, so here you can see an amazing photo. All right, now again, if you haven't seen this sculpture yet, then you are in for a treat. This guy is called Lion Man, and he may look super, super big and tall, and that's just because of the way he was created. You know, he has a very powerful stance, but this guy only stands at 1 foot tall. It's actually pretty small. All right, so that just shows you how well this was created to make someone look at this and think powerful, fierce. It's really amazing. So again, this is Lion Man, and it was named that because it has the body of a human, but the head of a lion without a mane. Now, this was because lions at the time that this was made, which was 40,000 years ago, very, very, very long time. Lions at that time were really big and they had no mane. They were very different than the lions that we see today, okay? And so that is why we have a Lion Man here, again, with no mane and with the body of a human, but it's still very strong, it's still very fierce, and so they combined, a very powerful and fierce animal like the lion with a very powerful species like humans, okay? So that is a very awesome sculpture that they created, and this is known to be one of the only sculptures found from the last ice age. Ice Age. Can you believe that? That is so long ago. Like I said, about 40,000 years ago. It seems like even if it's even longer, the Ice Age. So if you see maybe some of those movies, you can think about, who were around at that time. Mainly animals and, some people. So you start thinking about, why did they create this type of sculpture? What was it made for? Now, this sculpture was created with a mammoth's tusk. It's made out of mammoth ivory. So they took a mammoth's tusk and they carved, with a very limited amount of tools. They carved every detail, every, line, every shape they created, and this took about 400 hours to create. So that's a very long time. Can you imagine doing one of your paintings or one of your drawings for 400 hours? That is insane. So they took a very long time, they made it very special, and again, they added so many details and they carved this so well, so it makes sense that it would take 400 hours. They worked very hard. Okay, so I'm going to show you just a few more photos and different views of our sculpture, Lion Man. So this is the front view. This is a side view here, and it's also in different light, so you can kind of see a little bit of some different details here. And then here's another view, it's kind of from the top, so you can see more of that lion head. It's also just so interesting, you can see the snout and those ears, and you can see more of it turning into a lion. So you can see the hybrid creature that they've created here. Now this is the back, and again, it is 1 foot tall, and it does not stand alone. It's been, worn and torn. It's been around for so many, many years. So it may have been able to stand at one point. I'm not sure, but right now it's not able to stand all on its own. So it does have this little, bracket or stand that it sits on, and that helps it to stand up. So that way it looks like it was meant to look. Alrighty, so these are just a few more photos of our lion man here. And you can really see, again, all of those details. You can get a really good look to see what, the people that created this, what they were aiming for. So that's really awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed looking at Lion Man. And if you know about Lion Man, hopefully you learned some new things as well. All right, so now back to my desk. Here we have, again, our hybrid animal. All right, and so today I'm going to be showing you how we're going to create a hybrid creature. Now you can draw what I do, and today I'm going to be doing the bear shark. So you can follow along with me and draw the bear shark together, or you can create your own creature. Okay, so now if you would like to draw your own creature, I highly recommend, before you get started on drawing, before you start following along with me, pause this video. And before you pause the video, first make a list, not of different creatures or animals or species that you can think about combining. Don't think about that just yet. Just think about any creatures or species or animals. Think about anything that comes to mind, just one singular creature or animal. Just start listing them out, and then before you think about who you can combine, make your list, and then choose your 2 favorite. Then think about those 2 animals and how you can combine those 2. Okay, it gives you a much more random look for your hybrid creature. You may have not thought of these 2 animals to be combined together, so it's really interesting and very random for you to be able to do that first before you just go right away thinking, oh, I want to combine these 2 animals. It's okay if you did that as well. If you want to, this is an exercise you can do multiple times. You can, try out the one that you want to do first, and then try it the more random way. You can do it with me, then do your own way, then do it the random way. It's totally up to you. Watch this as many times as you'd like. But I'm going to be showing you how to do the bear shark, and I hope you guys enjoy and you follow along and you make your own awesome hybrid creature. All right, so I'm going to get a new piece of paper. All right, and so with my new piece of paper, I'm going to set my sample to the side. And all we're going to need today is just a piece of paper. It can be any kind of paper. It can be scrapbook, sketchbook paper, scrapbook paper if you have it, computer paper, copy paper. It's totally up to you. And all I'm going to be showing you today is just the drawing that we're going to do here for the exercise. You can just do a drawing with me, or you can take it a step further. I'm not going to be doing this step, but I don't think you guys need me to know how to color in your own drawing. So next, after you draw it, if you would like, you can use any materials that you have, any materials that you want, any colors that you want. It's totally up to you, and you can color in your finished drawing. So again, if you make this multiple times, you have multiple to color, and so I really hope you guys have fun with this and make as many as you want, as many as you can. Definitely share them with us. That will be a lot of fun. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to be using a Sharpie, but if you'd like, you can start off with the pencil just so you get all of your characteristics of your hybrid creature just right. So again, I'm going to be working on a bear shark. Okay, so what I want to do, now that I have my 2 creatures or animals in mind, I'm going to think about, what do I want my bear shark to look like? Do I want it to look more like a bear or more like a shark? When you guys were looking at Lion Man, what do you think it looked more like? More like a lion or more like a human? These are things that you want to think about when you're creating something that are combined, because you want to kind of give this creature a personality. You know, if it has the head of a shark, maybe it'll look a little bit more ferocious. Maybe it will look a little bit more monstrous. If it has the head of a bear, it may, look a little bit more cuddly to begin with, but the second it opens its mouth and draws out its claws, it's going to be super scary. So it's totally up to you. As you think about, the way that you want to make your creature and the way that it's going to look, also think about what story goes behind your creature. Why did those creatures get combined? What for? Is it, to help them scare off their predators? Is it to help them gain prey? How is that going to work? So as you were looking at Lion Man, did you guys think about why this was made? Why was a sculpture like a lion and a man combined together? Why was that made? There are many different stories and ideas that are out there because, again, this was made so long ago. It's hard to really tell what the sole purpose for Lion Man was. But as I told you guys earlier, a lion is such a ferocious and powerful species, and so is a human. We're very powerful. So combining those two together, it really shows and symbolizes how powerful a person can be. And maybe that is what they were trying to represent. There are stories that, as the people from a long time ago were maybe hunting, they would rub this for good luck, or maybe they would, pass this sculpture off to different people around them. That's why the Lion Man is so worn down. Maybe they had certain rituals with him. So there are so many different ideas and stories that go along with the sculpture of Lion Man. And so as you draw your creature today, you want to think about all the different ideas and stories that might come about for your creature. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to start with the top of the body for my for my hybrid creature, and I'm going to start with a bear for the top. Okay, I think that would look a lot better because I think the top part of a bear is kind of what scares us the most, and what's more fierce. And then I think the bottom of the shark really stands out. You can tell the tail of a shark, you can tell the fin, the shark fin. So I think those are very good recognizable symbols of both of the animals that will be able to combine them together. So you want to think about this when you're doing your creature. Okay, so I'm going to start with the circle for the head. Nice and big, because again, this is a very ferocious animal. It's a really big animal. And bears have really big and round ears. So I'm going to draw those in as well. They also have snouts that they're short, but they kind of come off of the head a little bit. And they have, those big round noses. So I'm going to draw a curved line over here. I'm going to draw a large oval in there for the nose. And then I'm going to draw a line that comes down and start curving that in for the left cheek. That connects to my snout there. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the right side. Curve it in to the head for that right cheek. Okay, so now I have my snout here. And I'm not really going to do much at the bottom of the head because, again, the snout usually comes off of the head a little bit. All right, so I'm going to leave that there for now. I am going to add my eyes, just some ovals, and I'm going to color that in. Now you can make this look a little bit more cartoony, and you can maybe add highlights to the eyes. You can add, sparkles or any other details that might make it look a little bit more cartoonish. I'm going to make this eye a little bit bigger. So that's totally up to you and how you want to make your creatures look. I'm going to add some details to the ears. All right. I'm also going to fill in my nose. Now, if you're working with a pencil and you're following along with me, you're also drawing the bear shark. We have this little line inside of our snout that we don't really want, okay? Because again, the snout overlaps the head, so we wouldn't see that line in real life. So I'm working with a Sharpie. I can't really erase that line, but since you're working with the pencil, you can go in and erase that little line here from the circle that we drew first. I'm not going to cross it out to show you to erase it just because it's such a small area, and I want that to stay as clear as possible so you guys know what that looks like. Okay, so now that I have the head of my bear, I'm going to draw the I'm gonna start to draw the body. But again, I don't wanna draw a full body of a bear. I'm just gonna keep working with the top half. So a bear is nice and big. I'm gonna draw a big curved line for the back of the bear, but I'm only gonna keep it at that line there. I'm not gonna go too far down. I'm not gonna worry about too many lines here just yet, okay? Now I am gonna kind of finish off the head and curve it in just a little bit more to make it a little bit bigger, okay? Now if you did that with me, you can go ahead and erase this bottom part of the head there, okay, because you don't really need that line. All right, you can keep a little piece of the head right over here on the right. You would only need to erase the bottom middle, and keeping that line there really shows a definition that the head kind of comes out from the neck, so it doesn't look like it's just flat. All right, so now that we have the bottom of the head, I'm going to draw the front of the body, but again, just keeping it very simple, just keeping it at the top of the bear. Okay, no full figure of the bear yet. All right, so now I'm going to draw the arms, because again, those are very big, ferocious parts of the upper body, and I want to make them nice and big. I want to show those claws. So I'm going to start to draw the arm. I'm going to draw a big curved line for the back of the arm and a curved line for the front of the arm. And again, those are really big, so I want to make sure that I make them, look muscular and big. All right, and so next I'm going to draw the top of the arm here that comes down for the paw. I'm going to draw a nice big paw. Okay, and I'm going to finish up the arm on this side, and then I'm going to draw in those claws. All right, so I have my paw here. All right, and now I'm going to draw the hand that goes on the other side. So I'm going to just kind of curve it around here, draw another paw there, and kind of bring it down again and add some claws to that side. Now I don't have the front of my body yet, so I'm going to kind of close that up so that way I can connect my arm there. And the back of my body is still kind of floating as well. But again, I don't want to close it up just yet, because now we're going to work on the bottom detail for our shark. So I'm going to bring this line kind of over and keep it curved. Maybe do a little curve at the end for the bottom of that tail. And then I'm going to bring this one in and thin it out at the bottom as well. Okay? Now I thinned it because this is the part for the shark's fin, the tail fin. Okay, so I'm going to draw two big curved lines. It might come off of your paper. They have really big fins, so you want to make sure that those are nice and big. Okay, and then I'm going to bring it in for one half of the fin and then bring it in for the other half. Okay, so now that I have my tail fin, next I'm going to draw another really big recognizable area or part of my shark, and that is the shark fin on its back. When people are in the water and they see a shark coming, that's the first thing that they see. So you want to make that nice and big, coming off the back. Mine is super big, so it's kind of about to come off the paper there. I'm also going to add a little piece on this side, kind of not showing, but it's there. All right. So now that I have my bear and my shark, I'm also going to add a few other details, again, just to make it look more like a shark, more like a bear, just to really merge these two creatures together. So I'm going to add a couple of little texture lines for my shark's texture. Okay, and it's kind of like scratchy. All right, so I'm going to add some zigzag lines there, maybe a few more here, and then kind of curve that down. All right, because they also, have kind of like this rubbery feel to them. If you've ever gone to the aquarium and maybe got to feel a shark. So they have this like rubbery texture. It's also kind of shiny, especially when they're in the water. So I kind of added this little like glare or little texture line here, just as an extra detail. If you're drawing a bear shark with me, you can add that. You don't have to. If you're drawing another type of creature or hybrid creature, you want to think about those different texture lines and details that you would like to add. As we saw in Lion Man, there is so much detail that they added, and they carved that in to mammoth ivory. So, you really want to try and capture those details just like they did with Lion Man. So now that you're done with your drawing, if you're still drawing, then you can pause and you can, catch up and take your time. If you're drawing your own creature, you can definitely pause and take your time. There's not really much left to this other than what I'm going to do is I'm going to label it bear shark. You can do that. You can label your creature or you can leave it alone. Maybe you want to add background details. You can leave, you don't have to label it, and then instead you can add details to your background. You can show where your creature lives. If a bear shark were to be a real creature, then maybe they might live in the water like a shark does, or maybe they would live on land like a bear does, or maybe they could live on both. It's totally up to you. Again, you create your own story for your hybrid creature, but you can add in those background details, and then later on, if you decide to color it, you can color that in, make a final piece. It will look really great. It's totally up to you. But I'm just going to label mine here, and I'm going to label its name, Bear Shark. I'm labeling it with both of its true names, just like Lion Man here. However, if you would like to kind of keep going with the hybrid theme, you can combine even the names together. Maybe you take the first part of one name and the last part of another name. So maybe I have a bark, or maybe I have a share or a sheer. So you can have fun with that. Take your time, ask your family or friends maybe for help to help you think of a name or to think of a creature. But I hope you guys had a lot of fun with this. I definitely had a lot of fun. I love combining and making totally unique creatures and animals and things like that. So again, we were inspired by Lion Man here. He is a sculpture. He was found almost 40,000 years ago, which is so long ago. He was one of the sculptures found from the last ice age. He is a sculpture made from mammoth ivory. And so I hope you guys learned a lot about Lion Man. Again, if you knew about him already, hopefully you learned some new facts. Hopefully you can teach your family and friends all about Lion Man and why you created your own hybrid creature. Tell them a story about your creature. Also think about those questions that I asked. Was Lion Man more of a lion, more of a man? Why do you think he was made? And then another question is, who do you think made him? We know that he was found from the last ice age. So what kind of people were around? Why did they make Lion Man? These are all very good questions to ask yourself and ask your family and friends. And if you come up with answers, tell them those answers, and then think of your own story for your hybrid creature. I think that's a lot of fun, and I hope you guys decide to share with us all of your different stories, all of your different hybrid creatures. That would be truly amazing. I would love to see those. Thank you guys again for joining in on this video. And if you did like this video, please stay tuned for more. You can also like and subscribe and click the little bell for notifications for when we post more videos of different art exercises, art fundamentals, art vocabulary, art history. The list goes on and on. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Keep watching. Have a great rest of your day.